Hey everybody, welcome to another RLQ podcast, Roger Lee podcast, episode number 2. Today I have a special guest. She's all the way from Slovenia, and this is Maya. Thank you so much for being here on my second episode. We've been planning this for a long time, haven't we?
Yeah, we were planning this for a decade now.
It has been
So,
a decade, right?
yeah.
Yes, it's just been a very long time. No, but seriously, it's Maya reached out to me, I think a few months ago, and then we started talking, and I could feel her energy, and it's very, very strong, and we just started talking about life, and I just started my podcast just recently, and I asked her if she would like to be my guest, and she's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I'm
Yeah,
so happy.
actually.
I'm so happy you're here. Um, and nobody knows about if this is your first time listening to my podcast, I am from Toronto, and again, Maya's from Slovenia, so all the way there. And right now, I believe it's like almost 7 p.m. right or 8 p.m. for you.
Yeah, it's almost 8 p.m. in
Yeah,
Slovenia, and actually it's dark outside, so
it's 1:30 here, so it's pretty bright, but it's getting cold. So today's topic is actually a very, very very beautiful topic. It's about the awakening. It's about finding yourself because I believe there's a lot of people out there that are still searching for whether it's they're finding their purpose or just finding their true self. I was talking with Maya, and she's on a journey right now where she's starting to learn about this whole process about discovering who you are, right? So why don't we just dive right into it and just tell me when did you start to have a realization that this wasn't you anymore, and that you needed to do things in your life, whether it's sacrifices or you start seeing changes in your life, and what you need to do in order for you to take that step moving forward.
Mhm. Oh, um, thank you for this question.
You're welcome.
Um, yeah, actually, when I start to think back how everything happens, I
Hmm.
would like to say that in last December, everything for me just collapsed in life.
Hmm.
I mean, nothing went right. Um, so I went through so much pain that I started to question myself, like, what am I doing wrong in
Hmm.
my life that you know, that I have this kind of relationships in my life, that I cannot reach my full potential. I really felt like, um, I mean, that's the end of my life.
That's what I
Maybe,
felt too.
maybe I'm gonna die,
Right.
because that time my boyfriend also left, which I really love. Um,
This happened before December, like
uh, yeah, it was in 1 year ago now.
1 year ago. Do you think that triggered everything? Or do you think
Um,
that happened during the time where kind of like everything was happening to you at once?
I would say that it actually triggered everything.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was thinking.
actually, when I look back today, um, this breakup wasn't uh, just the main pain in my life. I got to go deeper to understand my situation better. So,
Right.
um, what I want to say is, uh, I realized that for the last 15 years, I just didn't live my life as I wanted. So I
Right.
just want to um, be another person. I play some kind of role of a good girl and to do everything right, to say yes anytime people, uh,
We're asking
ask
for
for things.
favors or yeah.
Exactly. So I would say that this breakup just triggers the bigger pain inside me. Uh,
Hmm. And it kind
so
of released everything that all that pain that was trapped inside. It kind of opened that door, and everything just kind of came out, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. So yeah, I mean it's hard to say how you feel, how to deal with this pain
Hmm.
because um, mm, yeah, when you're so lost, you realize a lot.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
I realized that I don't have the friends I thought they were my friends weren't there for me when I
During
needed
that
them.
time. Hmm.
Um, and the
And
uh,
that's a huge disappointment, right? When
exactly,
you find that, that they kind of like they remove the mask, and
yeah,
then it's like, but I thought you were gonna be with me through those hard times, right?
yeah,
And like when I was going through my anxiety and depression, I didn't, well, I kind of hid myself away, but it was a good test to see who were the people that were going to be there at my worst, right? And obviously, it was majority of it was my family, but it just showed that much. Like when my mom was there, like 24/7, and she was just like she would just do anything. She would make any sacrifice to see me get better, right?
mm,
And that's when you see the power of love or the power of just someone that like loves you and wants to make sure that you're going to be okay, right?
mhm,
And then when, like for you, you must have been so disappointed when, even though it's just a relationship, but
mhm,
not to have them there to be with you through that really difficult time, that must have
mhm,
hurt, right? That must have
yeah,
hurt.
mhm. It did, but I could say the same for me, that also my mom was there for me
Yeah.
24/7. Um, she listened to me, to all my everything I have to say, and everything I felt, because I didn't feel to talk to any other people, because I just didn't felt understood at that
Hmm.
time. Um, so yeah, I realized that my mom is also my uh,
Best friend and
best friend,
everything.
my everything, my sunshine.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful.
And those colors really showed, right? Because I
Mm,
mean, she's always there, but now like she will always be there because of that, her commitment to make sure that, yes, you're my daughter, but I love you so much, and I will make sure that I will be there through thick and thin, and it's such an amazing feeling to have that. So you are blessed. You're blessed to have such an amazing mom, you know.
mm. Yeah,
Um,
I'm so grateful for that, actually.
mhm.
For I'm even more grateful than ever. Uh, I I think when something like this happen, when bad things come into your life,
Yes,
uh, you start to change your values. You
for
go
sure.
deeper. Yeah. And
Hmm.
actually, I realized that, yeah, I mean, I had such wrong values in the past few years. I was chasing people who weren't meant to stay, just to be just to feel better about myself, because my
Hmm.
self-esteem um, was so destroyed. So I wanted these people around me who looks amazing, popular.
Yeah, it's kind of like at school, right? That's how it is in school. You want to try to fit in, and
Yeah.
then when you do that, that's just you not being you. You just want to be someone else so that they can look at you and say, yeah, 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 let's go here, let's go this, you're cool or whatever, right? But then when you go home, it's kind of like that's you, right? And I think in life, that person when you're at home, that's what you should build on,
Mhm.
and not chasing other people because it's, like we were talking earlier, it's like everyone's on their own journey. And then when you kind of be like, well, I want to be a part of their journey as well, like in a way where I just want to fit in so that they like me, right?
Yeah.
But then when you start finding yourself like how you are doing now,
Mhm.
you will open the doors for the right people to enter into your life. That's the universe saying, okay, well, they get it now. They don't need those people, the people that can't serve you anymore, to help you with your finding your purpose, right? So maybe you don't know what your purpose is, but at least you're taking the right steps to get there, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole
Yeah.
journey of finding yourself. That's the whole
Actually,
journey.
yeah. Sorry.
No,
I'm
no, go ahead.
still. I'm still. Nobody's perfect,
Nobody's
and
perfect.
I'm sorry. My English is very bad, and
Perfect.
I'm so unprepared for everything.
No, you're prepared. You're doing an amazing job so far. Trust me. Trust me. You're doing a fantastic job.
So I think I just want what I learned in the last year was a lot through this pain I went through.
Hmm.
So I would like to say that yeah, many people left, many people show their true colors,
Hmm.
uh, but also I would say that um, I um, meet myself.
Yeah, it's a
I,
good one. I like that.
I meet myself. I'm starting to walk to my authenticity, to my
Yep.
inner self. And I realized that we are all, we all have to do this journey on this earth.
Yeah.
Like we have to go through pain
Yep.
if we want to release the pain. So whenever I mean, for me, what helped me
Hmm.
was to, to feel the pain, to go right through it, and to talk with my closest friends, especially mom in
Yeah.
my case.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I cry a lot. I'm still I think I'm still processing some old um, maybe uh, sadness or anger,
Yep. And that's
but
okay to cry. I
yeah.
cried. I cried 2 years straight, every single day, and that not just crying, but yelling at the top of my lungs, just releasing it all.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of guy that does like if someone makes me angry, I won't just like blurt it out. I'll just hold it in. If I'm sad, I hold it in. So everything is just I held it in.
Mhm.
So it was a perfect opportunity, me going through what I had to go through, for myself to release that all. Because if I hadn't had done that, well, I think the main reason why I went through my anxiety and depression stages and why I hit rock bottom was because of that inner pain. And I wouldn't have been able to release that if I hadn't had experienced all that pain. Like you said before, we have to go through pain, and then at one point we're going to be able to release it all, right? And it just now it's like the reason why I've shifted to like a place where I can feel the light, be the light, and feel love and spread it is because I was able to release that darkness within me, so that I can allow the light so I can absorb the light, and that's how I'm able to also not keep it for myself, but also to share it with other people, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And you coming here on the podcast is you experiencing that darkness, going through that new journey of yours, and speaking it out so that you can spread that love to other people as well. I think that that's very important for, anybody to come out and just give
yeah.
love, right?
Yeah, it's just totally okay to talk about your feelings, to
Yep.
say that you're not okay,
Yep.
because we just have to give ourselves permission to cry,
Yep.
to scream, to feel everything what's going inside of our bodies. Because I was raised that way, that just be a good girl, be a nice girl, and I become a people pleaser that way. I
Don't
mean,
worry, I'm like that too. I was exactly like that. Exactly.
so this leads me to also hide all the anger, I mean, anxiety, um, and I think that it's just not okay to not show it, but we are just afraid. I mean, I'm talking for myself. I was so afraid to show anger or to set boundaries, and I'm still afraid so because
But it's all part of that journey, right? Just you have to just trust the process. You have to trust your journey. Can you hear me? Okay.
excuse me, I'm so
There you
sorry.
go. It's back.
Yeah,
It got cut out just a little bit. No, no, no. Don't worry. Yeah, and you know what I learned most? I learned you can hear me, right?
yeah, I hear you. I'm
Can you hear
sorry.
me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. The one thing I really learned after I healed myself was about trusting your journey. I read a lot of quotes about that. I didn't understand what it meant. But after going through what I went through, I went back and I put all the pieces together. The day I slipped, the day I fell, all the whole time I was going through my anxiety and depression. Because when I was going through it, I was like, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? I don't get it. I'm such a good person,
Yeah.
hopefully, right? I hope God sees me as a good person. But why am I going through all this pain? And now, after everything that has gone, my from the day I slipped and fell to today, which is approximately like 6 years ago, six years,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to learn so much about life. Okay, which is very, very important because a lot of that stuff they don't teach you at school. An experience that you have to experience for yourself. And I learned a lot about love, and how and gratitude, and just you know taking care of yourself first is so crucial, like because we spend a lot of our time focusing on, like, what you're a yes person, right? So you're like, I'll help this person, I'll help that person, I'll help that, and then but that when you're doing too much of that, where's that time where you can actually spend that same energy you're giving out to people to your own self, right? So I'm different now. Before I was all yes, yes, yes. Now when someone asks me, "Oh, Roger, can you do this?" I'm just like, well, only if you really need me to, because like I'll say no if I have to,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because the more you say yes, you're gonna get those people where it's like, well, the first person I'm gonna think of who's gonna say yes is that person. I'm gonna like Maya. Okay, so say Maya's the first person I'm gonna go to because she's always says yes.
Yeah.
She's gonna help me no matter what. So bam, then they keep attacking you, right? And you're going to just be so mentally and physically exhausted, right? And then that it's so draining.
Yeah.
So I kind of like, well, I'm going to save 50% of that and work on myself. And when I started doing that, that's when I started to find more about who I am, because I wasn't so focused on pleasing everybody else. Because you have to please yourself too, right? You have to do
Yeah.
things for yourself if you want to find your happiness. Because if
Mhm.
you're giving away too much of that happiness, making other people happy, but you're not making yourself happy, then
Mhm.
automatically there's no balance in that. There just isn't,
Exactly. No.
right?
Yeah.
So you're
Wow.
definitely going through that right now, right? Because
Yeah.
you're you're realizing that there are these people that you thought were your friends may not be suitable for that circle that you want to be, the people that are surround you. You want to have these certain specific people that are going to help you along with your journey. And if they're not there holding your hand, or, you know, they don't believe in you or whatever the case may be, then, you know, they'll just not be a part of they won't be a part of your journey anymore. And the universe will send you new people into your life,
Mm-hmm.
right? That are going, and you're experiencing that right now. You were just mentioning that earlier, right? That you're experiencing that there's new people coming into your life that, yeah, these are the people that I see part of
Yeah.
my circle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's amazing because when you let go of some, I would say also it's the same with relationships, any kind of
Yeah.
relationships you have. Uh, when you just let yourself to let go of people, job, any situation which do not fulfill you anymore,
Yes.
you open the door. I would say you open the door to the opportunities. You rise your vibration with this because why would you hold on to relationships or job or I would say also some kind of stuff which do not give you energy anymore? Why would you do
Mhm.
this to yourself?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
but I'm still learning this. It's not I just it's nobody is like perfect. We are
Hmm.
all on this journey. We have to forgive ourselves first.
Yeah.
And I am working on this every single day because the what happened after all this disappointment in my life, almost the last few I mean the last few months, I feel so much guilt. I felt so much guilt and anger on myself
Were you blaming
and
yourself?
blaming myself for not being enough, for not being good enough for society. I do not fulfill my, I don't know, family expectations, or,
Hmm.
I do not fit in, not yet, because I have to do this.
Yeah.
But who says that? Like, um, so I'm working on this, like that I'm okay as it is, and I'm working on myself, on my true self, on my authentic self,
Yes.
and my feelings as they are. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I mean, I hope, and actually, I believe that there is hope at the end of this tunnel.
There is always hope.
And
And like I said, like some people having to take the step that you've taken already, they still feel lost, and they still feel very trapped. They don't know how to get out of that trap. But again, like going through these experiences will help you realize that you do have those keys to open the door. And these especially the dark ones, the ones that cause you a lot of pain, those are the ones that are going to help. It's like a switch. It's like all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I just realized how you realized about your friends and all that stuff. And that's like, you tell yourself, oh my gosh, I have to do something about this. I need to start changing my life. I need to start changing my ways, and or even old belief systems have to change. And I think this is all part. And I was just talking to you earlier about how the Earth was shifting into a fifth dimensional, because it's like right now it's like the 3D, which is a lower frequency. So as the Earth is shifting to a higher frequency, then our consciousness is evolving as well, right, into a higher frequency. And some people that are going with that flow and shifting with the Earth will have to go through some pain, right? And that's what you're going through. And for me, I think it happened to me during the time when I was going through my anxiety and depression, hitting rock bottom. That was the lowest of the lows, feeling like, your life is over, that there's nothing left for you. But I think the challenge here is telling yourself, no, no, life isn't over. This is just me waking up, realizing all the things that I believed back then need to change. My
Yeah.
belief system. What is it that I need to do to help make my life better? And, you know, that's when I started thinking about gratitude first, because we have to remember that every single day when we do wake up in the morning, that is God giving you another day to live another day so that you can do something on your journey that you can, because the world has a lot of things to offer you. So you have to make those choices, right? And yes, sometimes we're not going to make the right choices. We're human. We make mistakes. However, there are things that you can choose, positive things that you can choose to help change your life, right? Like, what are you doing every single day that's going to make a difference tomorrow, that's going to make your life better? Are you eating healthy? Are you maybe exercising or taking walks out into the nature? Just even like going out to social media. What are you watching? What are you listening to? You know, what kind of music are you listening to? Or, stuff like that. Everything that you are absorbing, whether it's through the ears or like with your eyes, that's you taking in information for your mind to basically
Yeah.
which to figure out, right? Because
Yeah.
your mind is running 24/7, even when you're sleeping,
Mhm.
right? So even when you're sleeping, what you read or heard that day will affect how you think the
Mhm.
next day. Right?
Exactly.
So if you're constantly, for example, reading quotes every single day, or positive affirmations, or just reading something good, positive,
Exactly.
positive, positive information, then that's going to help the way
Exactly.
you think, right? And that, because like your mind is like the most powerful thing, and like
Mhm.
everything that happens in the physical world happens inside here first. So if everything that you're thinking about is positive in your mind, and you're thinking and you're manifesting beautiful things into your life, and you see yourself being happy, you see yourself being successful, you see yourself, like, it's all about a vision. So if you
Mhm.
have this vision of you in a place that brings you a lot of joy. And I know it's very hard for a lot of people, because there's a lot of things that happen in your lives, right? Just so many things. But if you can just shift your attention, I love talking about shifting your focus on
Mhm.
the positive thoughts, instead of
Exactly.
instead
Mhm.
of walking into that room, and I look at it, your mind as this big room filled with all this information, which are like basically like individual books. So you're walking into this huge library, and it's like all you see are like all these books, and you just want to find that one book that's going to tell you all the good things,
Mhm.
right? Which is so hard to find. But eventually, if you start thinking more positively, then that
Mhm.
book will like basically start appearing in front of you, and then you can start reading it,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Exactly. I totally agree with this because when you start shifting your thoughts into more
Hmm.
positive, you start to shift your reality. Like
Yep.
you start to give yourself a chance to attract different, to attract better. But you have to have the courage,
Courage. Yeah, you said that right.
courage to let go of
Exactly.
the old patterns. which are holding you back. So actually, this is the for me. I had and I still have a lot of problems of letting go of some people. I mean,
It's not
relation.
easy. It's not easy to let
Not
go.
easy. It's not easy. It's not going smoothly. Like I cannot just do a cut and
And then not talk to them at all. Yeah, some people do
uh,
that, but
yeah,
it's
but
really hard.
I
It's,
don't I don't recommend this because it's not. But I mean, yeah, but when you just let yourself to rethink your life, to um, give yourself space to hear your own thoughts. What are you
yes,
thinking of yourself? Because I think that we are not so aware every day what are we doing with our lives, with our thoughts and stuff like that. Like we're just waking up, going to, you know, to to do our jobs, coming
and,
home,
and
we are
home.
exhausted, and then
That's
what?
it.
We don't have time, we don't have energy to think about our dream life. Like, what do I want? What do I wish
Exactly.
for? What
Mhm.
did I desire? What did my inner child desire when I was
Mhm.
younger? What what did I want to do? What was my passion? What
Your
was I?
dreams. What are your
Yeah.
dreams, right?
So we forget through this process um, of growing up, we forget at one point to to create, to stay connected with our inner child, and we start to work too much. Sometimes I'm talking to
A lot of people, yeah, they work so much that they just don't have time to do anything else.
exactly, but I realized that when I actually almost burn out, I realized that that doesn't bring you any more pleasure or
Or joy.
happiness into your life. No joy.
Hmm.
I become even more, stressed. I become like, I didn't feel well. So all the time something was missing. And I'm learning to connect with higher, with my inner child, with my um, with the universe,
Hmm.
and I'm learning also to be more grateful for everything I have in life, and to let go of negativity,
Yeah.
because I think that there is too many uh, negativity which we let into our lives, and which affect our health, our relationships, and our quality of life. So
Hmm.
um, I mean, when you just become aware of what's going on around yourself,
Hmm.
uh, then you um, I mean,
You see a clearer picture.
it,
That's 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 the whole
exactly,
thing about the awakening process, just waking up and
yeah,
everything just becomes more brighter. Like it's just like everything like when I was in that darkness, it was so dark. Like it was just I just felt like I was at the bottom of the ocean
oh,
and nobody I mean my family was there, but it just felt like I was going to be there forever. And then, all of a sudden when I made that decision that I wanted to change my life because so many things happened to me that made me make that decision. And one of them was just me telling I didn't want to wake up every single morning feeling like this. I didn't want to feel like that, you know, that I was useless and I was worthless and that this is how I'm gonna this can't be it. This I like I don't at one time I did believe that I was going to be on that couch for the rest of my life, just taking medication all day and just watching my watching my family cry or watching myself cry or whatever. But there was there was light though. I saw it. You know, when I made that decision, I said, Roger, you need to get up and you need to do something.
Mhm.
Like I talked about this on my live stream the other day about this record that a lot of us play, and it's the same song. Every single day we do this exact same thing, and that makes us believe that this is how our life is going to be until I retire. And then when I retire, I might be even too old to travel or to do all the things that I wanted to do when I was a child because I spent
Mhm.
my whole lifetime trying to make money, right?
Yeah.
To and that's a lot of things that, because money is basically what everyone's trying to like to get because it's like that's how we survive, right? And that takes away from, when we were a kid, we like we were saying before, we had dreams and like we had all these amazing things in our mind that we wanted to do, but then we became an adult, and then we realized how difficult it was and how it helped kind of stops us from living our childhood dream. So when you start to tap in, like what you're doing is tapping in, and one of the things is I heard a while back is like you talk to yourself when you're 10 years old and you ask your 10-year-old questions, or you listen to what would your 10-year-old self say to you right now, as if you were in the same room with the 10-year-old version of yourself. What would the 10-year-old version of yourself say to you right now? Would they tell you like, I know life is hard, but there is joy in life, and I think you should really work towards doing that, that all the things that you wanted to when you were a childhood, it can still be a possibility.
Mhm.
Just work on yourself, focus on yourself, and think about me, the 10-year-old who was happy, who thought, life was beautiful, the world was beautiful, and it's like a playground. When you go to the playground, you're just free and you just want to do what you want and stuff like that, right? And try to become yourself, 10-year-old version of yourself, and think the
Mhm.
way they were thinking. And that might help you realize that, that's what I need to do. I really want to make all these things happen in my life so that I can enjoy life, and I
Mhm.
want it to be exciting. I don't want to feel like I'm trapped and I just feel like I can't do anything with my life anymore, right?
Mhm.
But you can because it's your story. You have the power to. I'm not saying everybody has 100% power because again, you could be living with a narcissist and they could be controlling your entire life or whatever, but there are choices that you can make, right? And you've have made such an amazing choice, which is letting go. Letting go is probably one of the hardest things to do, and as you said, you're still learning. It's still part of you're still you're still it's still part of that process
Yeah.
of your new journey and finding the new you, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you said. So when I talk to my inner child, to this
yeah,
little Maya,
yeah, the
uh,
little boy. I just picture how she looked like.
oh, she was also blonde.
She was also blonde.
Yeah, but she played more. She
Hmm.
had she believed that everything is possible. She wasn't ashamed of her body. She wasn't ashamed of anything. Like she has so many friends and she was so magnetic and she was so creative and she didn't wait for um, a day to feel better. She just take a day and make it,
Hmm.
the best of the day.
Yeah.
Uh, she was happy, and then life happens, and you
And it
know,
starts to become a like a whole bunch of puzzle pieces, and someone just
yeah,
said, "Here, patch," and it's like, "Oh my gosh, I got to put this all together," you know?
and sometimes it's good to go back and ask yourself, what do what do my inner child needs? to feel better right now? What do I need to give to this little girl or to this little boy to feel, to feel better, to feel more creative, to open this space to be more authentic and to more connected with himself. Also,
Hmm.
it's also good what I started doing. Uh, I am going into the future and
Yeah.
asking my, I don't know,
Older
how
self.
how would it feel to be 80 years old
Hmm.
and not to do all the things I always wanted to do. Like,
Regrets.
yes. And then I had so many regrets. Like, I would say, like, why didn't you think more? Why didn't you open your heart to people more? I mean, did you, why were you ashamed of yourself? Because, um, I mean, yeah, I mean, it opens the whole new perspective, and you're like, okay, just come to the today moment, and you're like, oh my God, I should do more risk in life, because risk is not to do any risk. Risk is to stay passive and do the same things for 80 years and not change anything.
Exactly. Well
And
said.
you have to take a risk and do mistakes, because if you don't take any risk, um, I mean, the life will pass anyway. We will all die at the end.
Hmm.
But um, it's different if you die with regrets or without them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Because, you'll never know unless you try. Sometimes, and it's okay to fail, but at least you can tell yourself, hey, you know what? I tried. It didn't work out for me, but at least I tried. You won't have that regret,
yes.
right?
You
It's
know
just
what?
like me. No, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I fell so many times. I failed so many times in my life. Like,
Hmm. And it's
so many
supposed to
times.
happen.
So many times. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm great. I still, you realize what matters in life. Because if you do not learn how to fall,
You're, like when you
you
ride that bicycle for the first time.
exactly, how would you write your balance in life? Like,
Exactly.
you have to fall many times, but you shouldn't stop, rise and start again,
Yep.
because I mean, um it's hard. It's very, very hard. I will
Hmm.
not say that it's so easy, because, but we are not alone in our pain, in our failures, in our losings.
Hmm.
People come, people go, money come, money go. I mean, a lot of, it's just life. We come here for this experience. Our soul come to this planet to experience many different opportunities.
Hmm.
But we have this, um, you know, we can try again. We can try again and fail again
Hmm.
and fail and try again tomorrow if today is not working out.
Yep.
And if I don't feel like this, I will try it the next day.
Yep.
But I will never lose hope. And I mean, even if you fail 1,000 times, you can rise up 101st time.
Yeah. Look at the greatest basketball players or any athlete or anybody that's successful. They became successful because they failed many times, and it's because they didn't give up, right? It's like, when I started writing quotes, there's so many times I just wanted to give up because it was just, you're on social media and you expect to have like, the amount of followers or amount of likes, and then when things don't go that way, and it's just like, oh man, isn't even worth it, right? Like, why should I even continue? But then, you know, I just realized to myself and reminded myself that the reason why I started writing quotes is because number one, I had a passion for it. Number two, I had a mission and a goal that when I healed myself, that I wanted to heal others as well, right? So I looked at it as a whole and I said, that's enough for you to keep going. That's enough for you to keep writing every single day. Because as long as you're helping at least one person, that is already a huge accomplishment, right?
Exactly.
And that's what I had. That's what I had to keep telling myself because there was a point where I did quit. I stopped. Like I just didn't write. I didn't care anymore. And that was, I think it lasted like 3 months. I just didn't post or I just didn't think about RLQ or anything like that because I just like, I was kind of lost at that point and I was just trying to figure out whatever. But I was like, wait a second, when were you the most happiest, Roger? When you were writing quotes? Yes. When you felt like you helped someone? Yes. Then that's what you should keep focusing your attention on and keep working on it every single day. Right. And that's what I did because I love doing what I do. Right. Okay, fine.
Amazing.
There's no money involved. I'm not getting paid for it, but it's not about the money anymore. It's not, it never was about the money. It
Yep.
was always about providing hope and giving someone and reminding them that they are strong enough that every single day you can do something about your life that can change it to make it better, right? Because
Mhm.
I was there. I hit rock bottom. Like I thought I would never heal myself, right?
Mhm.
And that there was this darkness that I was going to live in for the rest of my life. But when I found the light and I experienced it, I became the light, right?
Mm.
And I said, I need to. When I slipped that day and I hit my head, you know about the ice storm, right? You know about my how I slipped and everything, right? I could have landed a different way. Like I hit my head on the edge of a concrete step, okay? So I could have not have woken up that evening. But I did. God gave me a second chance. So I look at it and say, Roger, you have the second chance to do whatever you want in life. What do you want to do? So I said, I want to help people because every single day I get the opportunity, I get the second chance to do it. So I'm going to do whatever it takes, whatever I have to write, whatever I have to say, whatever I have to, my story. I think my story is very, something that's very inspirational, that I
Mhm.
can remind people that no matter how dark it is, that you can find a way to find that light and come out of it. And when you do, you will feel so awake. Like it's just like you woke up from a bad nightmare, and now it's like, oh my God, I never really realized how beautiful this world is and how actually people are really beautiful, right? Not every single human on this earth is a bad person, right? We have to put that aside and say, yes, obviously there's 8 billion people in the world. Not all of them are going to be angels, right? Everyone has their own journey. So, but if you are able to at least number one, first work on yourself because that is the most important thing. Your journey, what you want to do, what is your happiness, and what are you going to your life here on this planet is to find that, right?
Wow.
And you, and at some point in your life, when you're able to help other people, but at the same time help yourself, I mean, that is just so powerful.
Exactly.
And then, and I see that in you. I see that you are going to be able to do that as well. Because this journey that you're going through, finding that new you and exploring and going through what you're going through right now is just helping you become that butterfly, right? Yeah, I can see
Wow.
those wings growing.
I'm speechless. I mean, I don't know what to say because it's so hard for me to receive also the compliments. It's a part of this of my healing journey. So I will say thank you, Roger,
Oh, you're
and
welcome.
I'm so grateful to give me opportunity to talk to you about so important topics about
Mhm.
life,
Yeah, it is.
and you don't know how much you also uh, for example, the quotes you write, they helped me um, a lot. They touch me like
Oh,
in the
I'm so
because
glad
I
to hear.
feel the deepness of your quotes,
Hmm.
and they are so uh, authentic. I mean, unbelievable. And I think that I also started to write my own quote page.
Wow, that's
It's
awesome.
yeah,
That's amazing. Oh, we were
it
talking about actually collaborating on a quote, remember? That's gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah. It
I just
is,
have to
but
think of that perfect quote because mine is actually amazing. If you haven't seen her page, her Instagram page, she has such beautiful photos. Yeah, and she sent me some, so I just have to fit that right quote in it, and then, I can't wait to make that a reality because I think that's a good combination, right? And
yeah.
and like definitely, if have you sent me any of your quotes? Oh no, you have. You sent me one of your quotes, but it wasn't in English, I don't think.
It wasn't in English. It's Slovenian language, but I think I will start to write it also in English because I think that it will be more worldwide and
Yeah,
more people can reach out for them.
but you
So,
can do both
uh,
still. You can just translate into English, right? Write it in
oh,
Slovenia.
yeah,
And then,
that's a good idea. I think I will
yeah.
do this. But I actually uh, I started to write also this page,
Mhm.
as you said, when I was on my um, lowest, um, when I needed this
Mhm.
for myself, and then um, I needed this hope, this how to say gem of hope, the
Mhm.
quote page, um, because I from the some, as you say, at the some part of my journey, I didn't see light because
Yeah, and it's so
uh,
difficult too.
yeah, because it's so difficult. But when for me, uh, I would say that if you just um, make one person feel 5% better at
Yeah.
that time when are they at the lowest point of their lives, you have your mission complete.
Yeah.
And it's very, very meaningful to continue to help people to just just continue with this because I think these quotes and whatever you are writing about hope, life, pain, everything, what you feel about it, mm, it creates kind of vibes, um, vibrational processes,
Yeah.
and people started to it higher the vibration of the earth, like as
Yeah.
you said, we become the five dimension,
Yeah.
like we are going to higher
Frequency.
frequencies.
Yeah.
And I think that also the quotes are part of the higher frequencies.
Yeah, because
So
every words are so powerful, and every single word will give out some sort of frequency, right? So if you
yeah,
can put the right words together, and if someone reads it as a whole and it makes sense to them and they can feel it, then that raises their vibration, right? Their frequency, so that they
yeah,
can match, so they can start to align with the universes, and as the earth is shifting, you can align with it, and that's like part of that process of awakening, right?
exactly.
But if you
Mhm.
close the door and you shut the doors, you just won't allow any of that to affect you, and you'll just feel like always in the 3D vibration, right? Which is like it's a very, very low frequency, right?
Yeah,
So we need to start, thinking outside of the box, And back in the day before there was no internet, we there was like I'm sure there's a lot of people that already knew about this, right? But it just wasn't spread worldwide. But now it's like you just scroll on Instagram or whatever, you start hearing about all of this stuff. Like, what are they talking about, right? Like, what are they talking about? The awakening process and about frequencies and vibrations and 3D and 5D and all that kind of stuff. It's like to for someone who's heard of it for the first time, it's just so overwhelming. But it's also very exciting because it's not like how a lot of people are living in the matrix, where it's just like we're just programmed to think a certain way and do certain things, and that is our life. Like
Mhm.
that's it, right? But there is so much more
Yeah.
in our
But
life,
when
right? To to
if
to
you
right, and
yeah.
and just to be able to raise your to get your consciousness at a higher level and to start learning about all these new things, then that changes the way your belief system. That's it, right? That your belief system has to change. The old thinking has to change because as the earth is shifting into a higher
Mhm.
frequency, a high vibration, then if you want to be a part of that, then you have to experience these pains and letting go and all these things and allowing changes to happen in your life, because since the earth is changing, everything is changing.
Yeah.
you you want to be a part of that. So that's why these changes are happening to you, because you are shifting with the earth, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what I didn't maybe mention before, um, when I start this, I mean, I would say, let's say, journey of healing, I started also to write down a gratitude journal,
Great. That's amazing.
which yeah, which helps me to raise my consciousness to just to be more grateful for every single day, just to be alive, just to have my family here, to have food, to have house, to have
Amazing nature outside.
exactly.
You have like such amazing scenery out there when you go that place that with a waterfall and the stream and the forest. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, we should do podcast in this
Yeah, we
place.
should. You should take us out there, right?
Yeah,
That would be so
yeah,
awesome, and to just
that
show
would
and
be
what it's like,
amazing.
because you go
I
there
think
and you
that,
meditate. You
I
spend a
mean,
lot of time with nature, right?
Slovenia is just amazing. It's just like the most beautiful country in the whole planet. It has
Incredible.
love in its name,
Uh-huh.
Slovenia. And also
Yeah,
it's
it
so
does.
green. It's very green. We have everything. We have mountains, we have lakes, we have rivers, we have forests.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
we are like the the most we have really nice nature. So I didn't realize that when I started to travel more.
Yeah.
Every time when I come back, I was like, "Oh my God, Slovenia!
Yes, I'm
You're
home.
beautiful." I want to. I mean, I love to travel,
Yeah,
but I also love to come back.
that's
Like,
amazing
oh my
that
God!
you.
And then you start to realize, "Oh wow, we don't know what we have at home." So,
Hmm. Does it snow
um,
there?
no,
Your
not
winters?
yet, but
Oh, but you do get snow.
of course we get, but
Okay.
maybe in the last few years not so much, but usually we have snow.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you do have snow. Oh, I see. Oh man, I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sorry, I have to
no, no, that's great that you love that you love your environment. I think the environment is so important, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Just to be in a place that you love.
Hmm.
And with nature, it's even better, right? Like you go out there and you meditate too. Like, have you been meditating? Have you always been meditating, or meditating is new to you and you just kind of like started doing it more because? you know?
Mm-hmm. I started, I mean, maybe few years ago,
Okay.
but more intense. I started this year. Um, I try to get into nature as many times as possible.
Yeah.
Um, I think that it just calms me. Like
Oh,
I
for sure.
feel refreshed. Um, I feel really, I mean, regenerated, just different version of myself when I come back. And maybe sometimes I have some thoughts when I don't know how to solve some problems in my life. And then I go to walk into the woods. And when I come back, the answers just came. So the
Mhm.
forest just give me the answer. Or, when I started also my healing process. I'm still in the process, of course.
Mhm.
I started to see, um, as I say before, these repeated angel numbers
Right.
is how I called them.
Yeah.
I see many times some kind of symbols like clouds, um,
Yeah.
in
Oh, I love
some
looking at clouds.
interesting shapes, like
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to tell me, like, you know?
Mhm, mhm.
And, I see, I mean, universe, the source or the God, yeah, uh, is communicating with us, with our
Exactly.
soul. But we have to listen. And it's communicating through nature,
Mhm.
through people, through failures also.
And
So
numbers.
everything is learning us something. We
Yeah.
have to learn something through it. So I started to ask myself, so what what is this trying to teach me?
Yeah.
What is this situation trying to teach me? When I feel nervous, when I feel lost, okay, what's happening?
Mhm.
I ask, I'm communicating with, uh, I would say, the spirits.
Mhm.
I just ask in my head, in my soul. You have to feel it to ask it.
I do that all the time now. I like if some like for instance the other when I hurt my remember when I injured my shoulder the first time, it was so painful. I couldn't do anything. But so I healed and then I started
Mhm.
working out again and I was like, yeah, I'm back in shape. And then it
Mhm.
happened to me again. Right? It happened to me again. The
Mhm.
same injury, and I had to. It took me longer to even heal. So that all happened within 1 year. And then the second time, I was so frustrated, and I remember saying, what is the point? What is the point? Like working out and
Okay.
whatever. But and then I asked, like when something like that happens, I ask myself, or I ask, source or God, and I
Mhm.
ask, why is this happening? Like what is the reason for this? It's happening to me again. Why? Right?
Okay.
But then when I start to think about, okay, think about why it's happening, Roger. How did you get that injury again, right? So it made me think maybe it's the way I'm sleeping, right? Because I had this pillow that was like literally my head sunk right into it, and I like to put my arm right underneath the pillow and I'd sleep on the side,
Okay.
right? So after that I changed my pillow. I
Mhm.
changed the pillow and I changed kind of like the way I slept. And I realized that that could have been the reason why it happened. Roger, you can't sleep like that anymore. The pillow you're
Yeah.
sleeping on right now is not good for your posture.
Mhm.
It's not just not good for you, right?
Mhm.
And like there's a whole bunch of things that happen and you just have to ask yourself, okay, I'm going to look at this whole experience that I'm going through as a life lesson. Now I
Yeah.
just have to figure out why it's happening. And maybe you're not going to know what the answer is at the moment, but after it is over, that chapter is over, you're going to realize what it had taught you, whether it's preparing you for something that's going to happen in the future, right?
Mhm.
Or it's just reminding you that, hey, you know what? It was a bad chapter, but guess what? You were able to overcome it, which proves that how strong you are. That every single bad thing that's happened to you so far, you've been able to overcome it and get to the next chapter, or you're here today, but that dark chapter in your past didn't stop you, right? Because that just shows
Mm-hmm.
how strong you are. And that's why I love reminding people how strong you really are. And we tend to forget that because we're always feels like there's a life challenge that we have to face, and it just always feels that we're so weak,
Mm-hmm.
and that we can't. I can't do it. I can't make it. This is just too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about it teaching you to become stronger, strengthening you, right? And you just can't forget that, because I
Yeah.
know that we're all here not only for that experience, but because we were strong enough to live this life, right? We're
Yeah.
like it's just
Yeah.
and it's that's the whole bigger picture that we have to think about, rather than
Yeah.
saying that, oh, I'm just one out of 8 billion people and I'm nobody and I have no purpose, and there's so many people out there that are better than me and I can't compare with them because I'm me and I hate myself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like that's
Yeah, that's
just
a really, mm-hmm.
right, and
I
it's
think
and
that's a really good point. Like as you say, um, like you just it's very good that you ask yourself what is this situation
Mhm.
like uh, teaching me, and the universe gives you the response like, okay, change the pillow. And it's the same with any other situation, I would say, in our lives. Like why is this person, why am I staying with this person in relationship, but it's like I I don't deserve this kind of behavior. I mean, I think that I mean, you expect that somebody will change, or you want to change somebody,
Mhm.
but you experiencing pain all the time. Uh
Not worth it.
Sometimes you just have to let it go.
Yeah.
The pillow, the person, the situation, the job, and
I threw that pillow
you
away.
release the pain. Yeah, I mean, why do you hold on the pain if some
Yeah.
is very painful? But I mean, of course, it's easier to stay than to do this. It's not so easy, but I think it's very important to have faith, to manifest it, to believe it, to no matter how hard the situation is today,
Yeah.
you can do everyday small step to to become better
Better.
version of yourself, not
Yes.
for others, but for yourself first.
You got
It's
it.
not selfish act.
It's not
You have to do this to be better parent, to be better sister, to be better
human
um,
being.
human being, to be better soul, to improve yourself. So what is, for me, what is the purpose of life? I would say that is to uh, fail so many times that you find your purpose and never stop learning, never stop failing, always give up. This will bring you life purpose at
Yep.
the end of this tunnel, I think.
Yep.
But
Well said.
I mean, yeah,
And,
yeah,
and this is all something that you've learned, right? And
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
now you can look back at everything that you've been through so far, and you can start putting the pieces together. I like that's what I did. Like I look back at my whole journey with going through my anxiety and depression. I put all the pieces together. All those days I walked out of the house and I just, I walked through a forest. I didn't even know where I was. There's one time I walked like 4.5 hours because I just gave up. I left. I did without saying bye to anybody. But my sister found me, which is so weird. You heard that? Did you ever hear that story? Where I just
Mhm.
left my house and I just kept walking, walking, walking because I just wanted to collapse because I just gave up. And then before, like midway through my walk, I looked up at God and I said, "Give me a sign to let me know that I have a purpose, right? And
Mhm.
that I have something. There's something for me. There's got to be something for me. Just give me a sign, please. So I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm walking. And I was hitting the intersection where my sister lives, right? And this was already 4 hours of me walking. And I was like, if I turn right, I could end up at her house, and I could just say, okay, just take me home. But if I kept going straight, that would just be me just going on my mission, just wanting to collapse and just see whatever happens, right? And then I was just about to decide, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go straight, right? And then all of a sudden, this car passes by, the window opens, and my sister says, Roger, what are you doing here? I was like, what? Are you serious? And she's like, get in the car, I'm taking you home. And I was like, thank you, God. It's crazy.
Unbelievable. That's
It's
unbelievable how
crazy.
the
It's
universe.
unbelievable. And
Yes.
after that, my life changed. Okay. I said, Roger, when you wake up tomorrow morning, you make a difference in your life. You got to do something because that didn't happen by chance. Like, God literally sent a message and said, you have a lot of things to do, Roger. You got a lot of things to do. First, fix your life, change your life, and then after you do that, then you'll find your passion. You'll find out what your purpose is, and that's exactly what happened. I that's how I started writing quotes and sharing my story and helping people, connecting with people, and just helping as my
It's
goal,
amazing.
my
It's
mission
amazing.
is really to let people know, especially like the main purpose of me writing quotes is because I wanted to reach out to people who are suffering from anxiety and depression, the people that felt like I'm going to give up because I'm never going to heal. I'm just never going to heal. I don't see that there's a purpose. I don't see that there's anything in life for me anymore, and that why am I even here? These are all the thoughts that I had, right?
Mhm.
But I was able to flip that all around 180 degrees and change my life entirely, that I can see that there is a light after the darkness. And then, when you are living in that light, when you have actually woken up and you saw the beautiful things that life has to offer and what you can do with your own life, right? You will appreciate not just yourself but life in general, like, and being able to have life here on this beautiful, beautiful planet. This planet is, just look at the like the world itself, like what God has created, like every single animal, every single flower, like the mountains and the oceans and everything. It's all there for us. We just
Mhm.
have to work on ourselves because, we are the ones that are living on this planet, so we have to
Mhm.
take care of our planet. And it's
Exactly.
and it's great to see that it's like there are people that are doing it, right? Like 30
Mhm.
years ago, like there was like no recycle or saving the animals and saving the planet and all that good stuff, but it's
Mhm.
happening, right? And that's proof that the earth is shifting into a higher dimension, right? We're all kind of It's all about the oneness and all trying to understand that we are all connected, even though there's 8 billion people, but like it's like everything that we're thinking about, it's like Wi-Fi, right? So everything that we're thinking about, we're sending and receiving. So you see, there's like all this information that we can't see that's just flying all over the place, right? It's all of us, every single human being on this planet
Mhm.
is sharing or passing information, right? And once it gets to a point where I don't know how long it's going to take or when it's going to happen, when we can all start to feel that sense of like a higher frequency. Can you imagine how amazing it would be to be living on this planet if we were all like that? That's like the dream world, right?
That would be
But
amazing. There will
yeah,
be no war. There will be no hate, no anger. I mean, there will be no, I
no
mean,
reason to lie.
No reason to
anymore.
lie, no reason to steal, no
No
reason
fear,
to
no fear.
fear. There will be just love and gratitude and a connect oneness.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And if people help people, if everybody would just help each other, I mean, the first step is to help yourself
Yes.
first.
Yep.
And when you help yourself, then it's important to also help your family if
Yeah.
it's because the family is important.
Yes.
Then your friends and yeah, your social circle is very important because and if they have these amazing values as you mentioned them before, the world would be just too beautiful. It would
Because
be heaven,
yeah,
heaven.
like even if you just think about what we just said the past minute, if you could just visualize it, even though could be, I don't know how long it would take to get there, but as long as you can visualize it and you can feel that energy, just close your eyes and just think about that kind of world that you would like to see. That is already raising your vibration just a little bit higher, right? Because there's that belief that one day it could possibly happen, right? And then, just from that can literally be like a switch for something else for you to think about, that you can start believing that good things can happen to your life, or maybe you have a mission that you want to help somebody, that you want to start, telling people your story, maybe that you can help inspire other people. And and this is how other people learn that there's other people out there that care, that other people, they're willing to spend their time helping others, right?
Mhm.
And it just makes you feel better about everything,
Mhm.
and you can take that energy. I think it's all about that energy because we can't see it, but yet we can feel it. And as
Yeah,
long as you can feel it, that's going to help you, evolve, right?
yeah,
And
yes.
give you more hope. That's why my words are so powerful. That's why quotes, before I wrote quotes, I read a lot of quotes and I collected a lot of quotes. I read
Mhm.
quotes for 4 to 5 hours straight per day, every single day. And I would just collect it. And by reading it, and I would read over the ones that I felt that would really help me heal, right? And I kept thinking about it and kept thinking about it. And that just helped me wake up in the morning with, like I had something to look forward to, because I was like, if I can start utilizing these words into my life, and I started, and it helped me change my life, then then that is something to look forward to, because I wanted to be happy again. I wanted to start working on that better version of myself, which I read almost every single time I was searching quotes about working on a better version of yourself.
Mhm.
And that's what I did. Every single day I challenged myself. And, I was so scared to do this, I do that, because like with my concussion, I was like, I had a lot of sensation. So I was like kind of like a bubble boy. So I was afraid to touch things. And like I stopped working out. I stopped doing house chores. I just stopped everything because I was so scared of those sensations. Like it was like a tingling sensation, right? But eventually it got to a point where, about my basement story, how I cleaned it all up and everything. It made me feel that I could do great things again. I started to build that confidence in myself again, and I said, Roger, if you were able to clean up that basement by yourself, you can do. Just test yourself with something else. Like maybe you
Mhm.
can start working out again. Maybe you can go
Mhm.
outside tomorrow and start cutting the grass again, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't drive my car for over 2 years because my anxiety was so bad. But eventually it came to a point where, as I started to clear my mind more and I was more focused and more determined to work on a better me, I was able to start driving again, and they were small steps, but at least it helped me, walk in the right direction.
Mhm.
I wasn't looking backwards anymore. Like, oh, I wish I was that Roger where I didn't have anxiety or I didn't hit my head, and I wanted to be him all the time, right? But that was just one version of me, and that wasn't even the best version of me, right? And now the goal was working towards that better version of that Roger from before, because
Wow.
I could see it. I could see that
Yeah.
there is a much better version of me, and I got to get there. And I need to work on myself every single day until I get there. And when I get there, I want to be better than that version of myself,
That's
right? And
amazing.
like if you have that mindset, and I know that you probably have that mindset right now, that you can see it, that you are doing whatever it takes every single day. Whether sometimes, I know not every single day is going to be perfect, but if you're taking that step towards that better version of yourself every single day, you're gonna get there, right?
Oh
You're
my God.
gonna get there.
I mean, oh my God, it's just so amazingly state. Actually, I'm still working on this. Uh,
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's a
small
process.
steps, it's process. It's not so easy, but small steps, they count. They count so much.
Yeah, every
And
single step counts.
every single day, you just, as you said, if you do one different thing, I just wanted to do something different every day, what I haven't done before in my life. So, for example, today,
Yeah,
okay, I'm doing this podcast with you. It's like amazing.
exactly. It's crazy, right?
I
Who would have
mean,
thought?
I'm so unready. I feel like, oh my God. But I mean, if everybody, every soul has purpose in this life, why wouldn't you give yourself a chance to do something different, to do something what is beyond your fear,
Yeah,
what you wouldn't do if you would be connect, I mean, if you would listen to your fear, but if you listen to your soul and higher purpose, you would do that, right? If you
exactly.
listen to this 80 years old version of you, it would say, okay, Maya, do this. Because I mean, what what do you have to lose? You are,
Exactly.
every day is opportunity. If you
Yep.
live like this, you realize that every day is a miracle, that we are alive, that we are here,
Hmm.
that I feel so much gratitude to connect with so many great people lately, and I have opportunity to grow and to uh, meet my shadows and also my light part of me. So I think that, I mean, when you start walking, you start creating also your purpose,
Hmm.
and the vision become clearer, and you become more your soul, uh it become it's you can allow more peace and joy into your soul, and you become more uh, how to say, calm. You feel peace.
Oh
You feel
yeah,
relaxed. Yeah.
totally, totally.
You let go of this anxious behavior. You let go of everything what you were afraid. So everything you desire is at the other side of your fear,
Fears. Yeah,
uh, at the other side of the everything uh, you are postponing. And
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, one of the most important things is, I spoke about this on my live the other day, about the present moment, right? Just
Yeah.
living it like right now, like taking that moment and just putting all your energy into right now. Because if you're spending too much of your energy thinking or living in the past, that's so wasteful because you
That's
can't
the
do
pressure.
anything, right?
I
And if
mean,
you are
exactly.
thinking
Yeah.
about, oh my gosh, what's going to happen to me like 2 months from now and blah, blah, blah. And you're just thinking like you're drifting. Your mind is drifting when it
Yes.
should be right here, right now. What are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do about, what are you going to do today? Always say that. What are you going to do today to make a difference for tomorrow? Right?
Yes.
So, you can't do something today that's going to fix the past. So why even
Mhm.
bother thinking about that? Think about the past for the great, beautiful memories, for some of the lessons that you learned in the past. You know, like
Yeah.
all those things are okay. Like that's it's just part of your story. But if you're too much, your body is in the present, but your mind is in the past. It's not connected with each other, right? And the same thing in the future. If you're thinking too much about the future, but your body, your physical body is in the present moment,
Mhm.
they have to come. They have to be together.
Yeah.
Right. So your mind and your body has to be united, and that's why focusing on the present moment is the most important thing,
Yeah.
right? And you'll get so much done out of that, you
Mhm.
know.
And
Oh
the
my
most
mom.
authentic, uh, I think it's the most authentic thing to do to be in the present moment, just to, to ask yourself, okay, how am I feeling? How
Yeah,
is my
it's a great
body
thing to do.
feeling? What am I sensing around? What colors do I see around myself? So you call yourself in your present moment. It's very important, but sometimes also we forget about how to do it because we are
Of
thinking,
course.
analyzing,
Yeah, if
and
you're
it's
working
really,
and then there's like your mind is just so full focused on, but that's also in the present moment because you're working, you're doing, you're doing your job. That is whatever. But when you're alone at home, right?
yes.
That's where it counts because, and you're
Mhm.
not working because that's when your mind starts to wander, right?
Yes.
And then, I think right before you go to sleep is very important of what you think about. And also the first thing right when you wake up, what are you thinking about is also very important because you want to set your day. So if you wake up in the morning and the first thing you tell yourself is, today's going to be a bad day, or oh, I don't even want to go through today and whatever, and you're just creating that energy. You're literally creating it for yourself,
Yeah.
right? So I think it's important before you go to bed, you start, saying good things like tomorrow's gonna be a great day. I know even if it's not gonna be a good day, I'm gonna make it a good day. You wake up in the morning and say today's gonna be an amazing day, even though it may not be perfect. But hey, I woke up. I can do something today. I can do something positive today, or I can think positively today. But no matter what, I will make it an amazing day for myself, even though if
Mhm.
it's not perfect. It's just all about the mindset, right? What are you
Yeah.
thinking? How do you think about it? Your perspective is so important,
Mhm.
right? What is your perspective, right?
Mhm.
And I was able to
Mhm.
change
Exactly.
that,
Mhm. Yeah.
but I wasn't able to do that without going through what I had to go through
Mhm.
for myself to be able to switch it all around so that I could look at the world as a beautiful place, because before, when I was going through my anxiety and depression, I looked at it as a dark place and I hated everything. I hated people. I hated everything. I just didn't want to be a part of anything or anyone. Just
Mhm.
leave me alone because I don't care. Like literally, I didn't care about anything. I got to a point where I felt like I had nothing to lose, right? And that's why I think that's why I left my house and went on for that walk, was because I,
Okay.
I felt like no one's gonna care about me, which isn't true because I know my family did, but it's
Mhm.
still when you're
Yeah.
at that situation where you don't give a crap anymore.
Yeah.
Just go out and then just collapse. That's
Exactly.
whatever happens happens, right? But
Mhm.
thank God for saving me,
Uh-huh.
bringing me home.
Here we are.
Yeah, and here we are. You doing your podcast. So how do you feel doing the podcast now? Because I know this is the first time you've done it, and you probably were kind of nervous at the beginning, but it's been amazing so far, right? You've been able to say a
I
lot of
really,
amazing things, a lot of
um,
amazing things.
thank you so much for asking me
You're
this.
welcome.
Actually, yeah, it's my first time. I was like, oh my God, my English is not the best. What should I do? Should I prepare myself? And then I say just, okay, I have nothing to lose. Like, just be yourself as
Yourself.
you are. For example, today I felt a little bit tired, and that's
Yeah.
totally fine because I'm just a human being.
Yeah.
Um, I want to be as true as possible, and I'm still learning. to be more authentic self, because I think this is the most important thing to be, I mean, to just to be as you are, like,
It is the
um
most important thing. Is it? Yeah.
and yeah, and also I'm so grateful because you invite me to do this podcast.
Yeah, number two, number two.
And yes, and also, oh, we have a dog.
Yeah, you can hear her. She's barking. Here's Kona.
Thanks to the universe.
Yeah, I know. Well, she actually did. She did a lot. She was one of the big reasons I think for my recovery because, um, I
Wow.
felt so. I felt the sense. I lost the sense of what love felt like, or like it's like my family was giving it to me, but I felt like I was a burden, so I wasn't able to connect with them as I did before. But for my dog Kona, when she came into our lives, she like cuddled beside me, and it's like because they just give unconditional love, right? So you just look at them in the eyes, or you just put your head, like just touch their fur or whatever. I mean, it just you can feel it, right? They don't expect anything really from you, and they're just so loyal and loving. And I
Yeah.
think I received a lot of that love from her, and that
Mm.
helped me. And that helped me open my heart up again,
Wow.
to allow love back into my life, right? And I think that's when I started to receive a little bit more light, and love
Mm.
from the universe, even though they were constantly trying to give it to me, but I
Yes.
was closing the doors, obviously. And that's how I ended up being in the darkness because I just closed all the windows, closed all the doors, and just hid myself in there, right? So,
Mhm.
but it was good that I was able to change the way I was thinking because that's where it all started from. My mind. My mind
Yes.
was telling me all these things and I started believing in it, right?
Mhm.
And all of the things that it was telling me were negative stuff. So what happens when you start listening to a lot of negative thoughts? Your life doesn't go that well. Your days
Exactly.
get darker.
Mm.
And that's how it went for like almost 2 years, until I said, "That's enough, Roger. That's enough. You can't live like this anymore." She came in. My dog came in to check up on me. Yeah.
Yeah, dogs
Um,
are just amazing. They are like sent from up above to
yeah.
us. Um,
And I always look at it, right? Because dog spelled backward is God.
I would like to say that I also had a dog. She was amazing. Actually, I have a picture up there.
Oh, you do? What kind of dog
I
was it?
do. She was like a Bernese mountain dog,
Oh,
like the
wow.
very big dog,
Oh,
and
big
she was
dog.
like, oh my God, this unconditional love, which you mentioned before. I
Hmm.
would say that, yes, the dogs can give this, and they are
Oh, for
just so
sure.
amazing. They have souls. I mean,
Yeah.
the animals have souls, and they feel all the emotions. When I felt bad, she always cuddles me as well, and I mean,
That's
I miss
amazing,
her
right?
so much, and she's my angel now. And
Did she pass away because of old age or
no, she was just 6 years old.
only 6? Oh.
And, I mean, it was just kind of um, I don't know how to say it, but it was her stomach become like very big, and then it rotates. It happens with big dogs
Oh, I
sometimes.
see, right.
And I wanted to uh, drive her to veterinary hospital, or how to
Hmm.
call it,
The vet.
and she passed away on the way to hospital. So
Oh, that must have been a really difficult time
yeah.
for you, right? How
Mhm.
long ago was that?
I mean, this will be like 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years
2 years
ago.
ago.
I see.
I would say that also my life changed because from my young age, I always had dogs.
Yeah.
But now it's the longest time I haven't had any pet.
Oh,
I never
really?
had a dog, and I think
Do you plan on
I,
getting another dog
I mean,
when you're ready?
yeah.
I think it's all about being ready,
I
right?
know I want to have more time for this because
Yeah, for sure.
I want to be present.
Yeah.
Uh, but I will definitely have a dog
Yeah.
in my near future because I love dogs and they save lives. They are amazing. They
They
are
are.
therapists.
You're
Yeah,
going to attract
I
that
hope.
special dog. It's all about the perfect time, the perfect place, right? When when you're ready, the universe will send it to you,
Mm,
and then
mm,
then your new journey. Well, your new journey has begun already, but that'll just be an amazing thing that's gonna be an addition to your amazing new journey and the new you. And so, do you have anything you want to tell anybody before the stream ends? You've been such an amazing guest, and you have so many positive things to say. And I know for sure that a lot of people are going to receive this information and have something to think about, right? It's just, you know, it's some people may be asking like, I want to know what it's like to be awakened, right? And maybe this information, this podcast will give them that information to start raising their frequencies and realize that they are shifting as well with the earth
mhm.
as we get into 5D. So, what would you like to
Yeah.
tell our
Uh,
viewers?
I would like to tell that there is always hope, no matter how bad you feel at this moment, no matter how hard you fail, no matter how many people you lost during this way, um, because there is every day you have a fresh morning when you can start again and you
Yes.
can try again and you are only human, can make mistakes and who you can learn from these mistakes
Yeah.
and you can inspire other people with these
Yes.
mistakes
Yes.
because how will you learn if you don't allow yourself to do mistake? So it's just
Exactly.
totally okay. Even babies, I mean, nobody say like how do today how do we humans start to walk? Like we fail so many times and we should encourage ourselves to start again, to walk again,
Yeah.
like from the young age to the to our last breath. Like,
Yeah.
and you are enough. You are beautiful. You can do whatever you put your mind into. And do not listen to other people because uh, you deserve you deserve whatever you put your heart and soul into. And if you manifest it, it goes faster.
Yeah, for sure.
You, if you
With belief.
believe, exactly. If you manifest your hopes, dreams, and desires, just if you just allow yourself to manifest it, maybe you will just see miracles coming into your life.
Yeah.
Just open door for miracles and let go of all the fears because there's nothing to fear. It's only to learn. You can only learn here in this journey. So,
That
yeah.
was beautiful. Beautifully said. That was incredible.
I just wanted to, can I show you the dog I
Yes,
have?
please, please. Yes, I love to see. Yeah, turn. Oh, okay, you got a picture. You're gonna bring the picture.
Okay.
Here it comes.
Okay. La, da, da, da.
Aw, so pretty. What's it? Was it? Is it? Was a girl?
Yeah, she was a girl, and her name was Ruby, and
Ruby?
I really love her. She
Ruby?
was Ruby, like Ruby.
Oh, oh, like a ruby, right? Ruby. Aw, so
Yeah, yeah. So she
would you
was
would you get the question is would you get the exact same dog or would you get something different?
probably yes, because we always have the same dog, the Bernese
Oh,
Mountain
okay,
Dog,
okay.
since my
Yeah.
childhood. So
Look, you're
I
manifesting it already. It's gonna come. She's
I
coming.
hope, yeah, I have to manifest it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
There, you already sent the message. Now you just gotta wait for it to come. Wait, tomorrow you're gonna be like, "Hey, Roger, guess what? A dog just showed up. I got a new dog. I got a new dog. I got a new dog." You like
Okay.
literally you just never know, right? I think that's what one of the great things about the future is that we just don't know what's going to happen, right? That's why they say life is like a box of chocolates because you just never know what you're going to get,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, you
So
should not expect anything because you never know. You just let go of expectation and you will never be disappointed in your life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Right. And then,
yeah,
all that time when I was like telling myself, oh, tomorrow's gonna be a bad day. I'm never going to heal. I'm never gonna, it's like, why am I telling myself that, Because I don't know what's going to happen in the future. And
yeah,
it's normal, I think, for anybody to feel that way, especially if you're going through a very dark time, because it's just, you just, at that moment, you just feel like giving up because it's like,
mhm,
you go through your whole lifetime, it's like, man, but every single time, when something good happens, something bad happens after, and then it's just never smooth. It's just never smooth.
it's
And
never
maybe
true.
life was designed to be that way, that it
Yeah,
can't be always smooth because
yeah,
like you
because
said
life is
before, we're
not
always
easy.
learning, right? Life is a huge
Exactly,
learning experience. So
exactly,
we learn from our whatever we have to go through, and it just make us become wiser, stronger. It just helps us become better, and that just helps us become that better version of ourselves, right? Just from learning from those experiences. Can you hear me? No, that's okay.
I'm so sorry because my mom called me and I'm
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, that's so funny because my mom called me, but I couldn't answer it. But she'll
oh,
understand.
I will explain her what happened.
Okay. And then you could tell her, oh, guess what? Does she know you're doing the podcast today? No,
Oh
she
no,
doesn't.
no, no, no. I will tell her later. So
Okay, okay. I think she'll be so proud of you. I really think so. And then when she watches it, she'll be like, "Oh my gosh, that was you." But then now you can say, I did it, right? It's like maybe you had a few. I don't think any of you ever doubted. I think you right from the get-go you wanted to do it, but I think it's just taking that step and saying, "Okay, let's do it."
yeah,
Right? And today was the day and you did it. So I'm so proud of you because this is something you've never done before.
yeah,
But it makes you think now, right? Like, hey, you know what? If I were able to do this, maybe what else can I do? It just makes you think a little bit more. What else
exactly.
can I do different in my life that
Mhm.
can make my life a little bit more exciting and more fun? And
That makes
that
me
can make me laugh.
feel. I feel so
And-
excited now because this is so much. You gave me so much power to to think this way. Like wow,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
yeah. And
everybody
I'm
can do it. Everybody can do it
there.
because
You go. See, there
if
you go. Everybody can do it. Did you hear that, everyone? So if you would like to
yeah.
come
So if I
on
can
the Roger
do
Lee podcast,
it, if
message
I
me
can do it,
at
everybody can do it. So
Yeah, exactly. Right? If you have a story, I think this is very important. If you have a story, if anyone up there that's watching has a story, please contact me. And we'll set something up and then you can come on my show and we can talk about, your life because I know, you may not think, but your story can help somebody else that may be going through something that, you're dealing with, right? And just like Maya, someone who's experiencing, like um, they feel that they're being awoken right now, or they're going on their new journey, but they don't know whether this is something that's bad that's happening to them or something that's good, right? Maya's here to share her story, and you can tell that it's all about love, and it's all about, this is the new direction for the new you, and it's just something that is very, very, very exciting, right? Very exciting, right?
yeah,
All right, thank you so much, Maya, for coming. I definitely am going to bring you back I will because I did want to talk more about manifesting and all that stuff that we didn't get a chance to talk to on this episode. But definitely, now that you know what it's like to be here on my show and being on a podcast, next one will be a breeze, right?
Yeah, that feels amazing.
It does, right?
Forward to, improve my English and improve
Oh,
my
your English is fine.
my healing,
Trust me.
and maybe yeah, I hope that everybody who is listening to this, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Roger,
You're welcome.
to share
My
your
pleasure.
invitation and story, and you are inspiring so many people all over the
Oh, thank
world,
you.
and
Thank you so much.
you are making changes in our lives. So I'm very, very grateful to meet you, and I'm very grateful to be your host today. And I wish you all the best. And also, again, happy birthday.
Thank
Uh,
you.
I
It
wish
was my birthday 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
uh,
Yeah.
you're
Thank you
so
so much.
young and
Thank you.
very amazing. And I wish I think that you have important mission in your life. So um, to inspire people, it's something what just the bravest souls can do, and you're very brave and amazing. So I'm so grateful to meet you in my life.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I guess I will catch you all in the next episode of the Roger Lee podcast. And then thank you again, Mai, for being here. And I can't wait to get you back on here so we can talk about manifestation and
Definitely.
manifesting good things into your life and stuff like that. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon. Talk to you soon, Maya.
Bye
Bye. Sending
bye.
love to everybody. Bye.
Bye
Take care.
bye.
Bye.